And now let's talk about Single Shot, the IRONEYE's ultimate art. Single Shot sees you fire a powerful arrow that surpasses sound and ignores any defense. The arrow pierces all types of enemies, terrain, and structures, and you hold to draw the bow and aim before firing. Now, what does all of that actually mean in practice? So, where marking is absolutely fantastic for big, beefy single targets, Single Shot is surprisingly much better suited for fights with a large number of enemies. As you loose the arrow itself on your target, it will knock down most small and medium enemies, and very briefly stun larger enemies, doing a respectable amount of damage. But the real power comes from the supersonic shockwave after the arrow connects. This will deal damage over a large area around where the arrow traveled and where the arrow hit, and it will deal the same amount of damage as the arrow itself to all enemies that it connects with, along with knocking over most enemies as well. So though Single Shot doesn't do as much damage as most other ultimate arts, due to the fact that it can hit so many targets, makes it incredible at clearing groups of small and medium enemies. Single Shot also works in an incredibly unique way compared to every other arrow in the game, in that it will fly straight through all enemies and all terrain until it hits its mark. So make sure you are locked onto the furthest possible target, and it will deal damage to every single thing that it passed through once it reaches its destination. And yes, if possible, that includes flying through pillars, walls, and even ceilings and floors. The damage it deals is also true damage, meaning it ignores all forms of defense, making it universally effective against all targets, no matter their resistance. And, as with all ultimate arts, you are invincible whilst charging it. Though charging it doesn't increase the damage that it deals, unlike some arts, what it will do is not only allow you to make use of the invincibility window, but it will also allow you to realign your aim if you need to change targets before you release your shot. Now that you know exactly how to make the most out of all of the IRONEYE's abilities, let's look at a few general gameplay tips along with things to avoid based on his weaknesses.